One of the things I've discovered as an HIV expert was when I was a pharmacist at CVS. CVS started a program called CVS ProCare. The ProCare program was a pioneering program that had focused on the most expensive drugs in the profession, the price, the therapies, and the counseling, so that the patients can actually get the benefits of the drugs. So they chose fertility drugs and HIV drugs. In the 90s, fertility drugs were very popular. There were a lot of women that couldn't conceive. So we had all these 45-year-old women pushing strollers, taking walks with their babies. You looked at the mothers and they were older, 45. And they're having their first child. And the side effects of many of the fertility drugs was multiple births, which is like the doctors will tell them you might end up with twins, triplets, quadruplets, depends. And you may not get pregnant at all. But most of the ones we saw were multiple births, twins everywhere. IVF and all. Clomid, Pergonal injection. At that time, Pergonal was coming to about $10,000 per shot. And I'm talking about 1997. $10,000 per shot. I don't know what it is today. I have to find out. I was more concerned about the HIV part. So we got some rigorous training, and 6 of us were trained in the whole nation. So I was one of the first 6 ProCare pharmacists in the United States for CVS Corporation. ProCare is more broad now. I'm 60 years old. I'm going to be 61. I'm not retired from pharmacy. This will be my 36th year, even though I haven't practiced since 2011 because I went back to Nigeria and I practiced journalism over there. U.S. pharmacists generally don't practice in Nigeria because the standards are different, very different. We have to go through rigorous board exams, which will determine where we are, our salary, and all. Like, the salary of a pharmacist in Nigeria is the salary of a farm tech in America, so it's just not equivalent. And most of the drugstore owners do a lot of shady things. It's very hard. I mean, for me, when I tried to work in retail in Nigeria, it was like some of the owners were not, many of the owners of pharmacies in Nigeria are not pharmacists. They just had the money, opened a pharmacy, and had people run it for them. So when it comes to like starting to order drugs and order narcotics and stuff, then you have issues with some of the owners. We've seen owners who have gone down for drug trafficking, and the pharmacists went down with them. There's a lot of issues. So I basically didn't practice pharmacy since I left Canada. However, you have to be in touch with all the happenings in pharmacy, because if you end up going back to North America, you will have to take a continuing education thing. You have to take CEs. So it's best to be up to date with that. Continuing education and little, tests and things, so that you at least know what's going on. So for me, being an HIV expert, antiretrovirals is still the first line out there. There are a lot of side effects. People are taking 12 pills a day or more. The marijuana patients, when I was in Johns Hopkins in the outpatient pharmacy where I was the director of pharmacy in the community, we had a lot of patients who would take Marinol capsules, which is synthetic marijuana, which was just there to aid their appetite. It made them more hungry because they had no appetite. They were wasted. They looked thin and sick looking and all. So this is the same concept that's going on with Loud, the recreational marijuana that makes people hungry. Some people say they don't want Loud because it makes them hungry and there's no food out there. It wasn't designed for recreational use. These are the strains of marijuana designed for people that have HIV, cancer, It also stops nausea in cancer patients. I know what you're thinking. Is Dr. Kemi going back to clinical and retail pharmacy? I don't know. But for now, I'm resting. I'm not doing anything for the rest of 2025. 2026, I might do something new. But at the end of the day, a report that I saw yesterday coming out of Congo, where in the 80s, when HIV was discovered, 1980, I believe, we were scared of people who had HIV. We didn't want to touch them. We stigmatized them. It was just bad. I was 16 years old in 1980, but today I'm 60, and I was 16 then. The whole concept of where that virus was seen, it was found in a monkey in Africa, around that DRC Congo, and a white man who visited that area and went back to America. So the whole concept and the whole talk about, we've heard scientists say their own. This white man was what's the name they call those people that work in safaris? They do a lot of safari work and all. Questions arose about bestiality, like if HIV was found in a monkey and a white man, so did this white man have sex with a monkey? He was a safari kind of person. The man died, but the issue was that, there were stories about him having sexual relations with the gorilla or the monkey or whatever it was, the primate. It was never substantiated, but before he died, he talked about some of this stuff to doctors. So Africans have always said this virus was brought to Africa by the white man. And the white man has always said this virus started in Africa. We did not win. Africa is where they said it originated, in a monkey. Then it was found in a man that was working around monkeys. At that time, it had to be blood and body fluids. Blood and body fluids. Anyone that was transfused the wrong blood could get HIV. Anyone that was sharing needles with drugs could get HIV. Body fluids, anyone that had sex with the HIV positive patient could get HIV. So there's always been that stigmatization about the white guy and the monkey, having sex, which is bestiality. So today, a Congolese was telling me that, why can't America fund HIV? It's their responsibility. The argument was about HIV funding should be cut, because a lot of the money doesn't reach us. It's looted by the government officials. And so this Congolese person was telling me, no, why should it be cut? Let them pay for it. They caused it. They brought HIV to our country. I paused and I said, nothing has ever been substantiated. Nobody believes nobody. But till the end of time, we might never know certain things. What came first, the chicken or the egg? We may never know. I know some of you are saying, the chicken came first and laid the egg. Some of you are saying the egg came first and the chicken came out. But who laid the egg? We're not talking about this agriculture stuff they're doing today, that chickens will be given some kind of food or shots and they just lay eggs and the eggs will hatch and things. We're talking about the conventional chicken and egg. There's a lot of things we may never know. Amelia Earhart was flying around the world. She disappeared, never found till today. MH370, Malaysian Airlines, 2014. The plane has never been found. There is a lot. Even the Bermuda Triangle. What's happening under there, that ships are swallowed and all that, we may never know. So until then, everybody should wear a condom. HIV is deadly. When it becomes AIDS, full-blown AIDS.